Hello and welcome to AdaPulse, the channel that brings you news, some of the hand-picked catalyst proposals, and some of the emerging projects that are coming through the Cardano ecosystem. And talking of emerging projects, today we're discussing the music streaming marketplace, ProjectNEWM. And this is an article by our technical writer, LiberLion. Now, it's quite a big article, this one. So actually, I'm just going to cut a chunk off the end and miss it out. But don't worry, I'll recap at the end what you're missing out on. And you can go to the full article online, which will be in the description below. Now, do remember to click the like button, hit subscribe, and hit that bell button so you can get notified as soon as we have content available. And remember to comment below as well. We do want to hear what you think, obviously. And it's really good for us if you do. And don't forget to share. Remember, we want to educate as many people as possible. So get sharing this content far and wide. And remember, you can further support us by delegating your ADA to either Swag, Zod, or myself, ATM. And I'm Josh, the presenter for AdaPulse. Let's go. For there to be an evolution in society, there must be a new technology that is both useful and user-friendly. However, we're talking about music here, and for this evolution, technology must be disruptive, causing a paradigm shift. So that's basically a new way of doing things. Culture in society is an important element in paradigm shifts. And I agree with LiberLion that music is one of the most important arts in the history of mankind. The financial structures that govern the music industry in the digital age are antiquated. I mean, most streaming platforms and record labels take the LiberLion share of the revenue, leaving little or no rights to the artist. Mainly, it's the less famous ones. Snoop Dogg mentioned this like himself on that Twitter space he did with Charles Hoskinson, mentioning Taylor Swift in particular. But anyway, on top of this, there is no possibility for fans to interact financially benefiting from the artistic production. The paradigm shift will be music becoming a collector's item again, creating a new asset class and combining it with DeFi, that's decentralized finance. There's an article on the topic that I'll leave in the description below. So, a group of people had the vision to create a community-owned platform which will directly connect artists with their followers, eliminating intermediaries, replacing them with code in blockchain technology, and incentivizing profits. The ProjectNEWM aims to change the music industry, removing power from the intermediaries between artists and their fans. We have seen the interest that non-fungible tokens, NFTs, have in the world of digital art, mainly in Cardano as native tokens. Now, NFTs will be used in the music industry. Artists will be able to securely sell or auction music via NFTs, as well as intellectual property rights, like directly to fans, music labels, and investors. Even partial royalties can be sold or fractioned. The more successful artists are the more value their NFTs have. So this creates monetary and marketing incentives, generating revenue for all owners of those NFTs. Both members of the artistic production as well as investors will receive their fair share of music streaming rights when they're using the NEWM application for distribution. Royalties may be collected from other major streaming services where agreements are reached, like Apple Music, Google, Spotify, or whatever. And in addition, the DeFi protocol will allow members of the artistic production to use their NFTs as collateral to borrow from investors. So fans can also be investors. Cash flow is a must for artists to focus on their next big project. So this ProjectNEWM will make crowdfunding possible in a peer-to-peer system. The core technology of NEWM will run on Cardano Layer 1 regarding NFTs for copyright as song sales, but the actual streaming will run outside of the Cardano blockchain. Now, the name NEWM derives from the word neum, the basic element of Western and Eastern staves, before the invention of the 5-line staves. Don't know what a stave is? It's basically the lines that music notes are written on, essentially. So like manuscript lines. So this is how music is written now with the 5 lines, and this is how it used to be written in the NEWM way. The 5 ecosystem tenets. Own your music. Fractionalize intellectual property, or IP, rights via music NFTs. Artists take control of distribution with credible and secure digital contracts. Sell and trade NFTs. Build a portfolio with a new asset class. Buy, sell, trade and auction music IP rights in the form of NFTs securely in the NEWM app. Collect royalties. Automated royalty collection and distribution process for music owners that cuts out the middlemen, providing fair shares to all NFT holders. Stream and earn. Hi-fi music streaming platform with in-app ticket sales and tipping functionality, generating more income and marketing possibilities. Vote and be a part. DeFi and DAO creation empowers NEWM's community to own and govern the platform, giving everyone a voice in the future of the music industry. Tokenomics. The token is called NEWM and its symbol is N, but it looks more like a mixture of a J and an N. I have no idea where that comes from, unless it's like an N clef type symbol. If you don't know what a clef is, this is a G clef, and you can see it's curled round that note, which is G. And this is an F clef, and you see the 2 dots, they go around the F. And they basically highlight what note each line of the stave represents. I'm just guessing based on their name, really. The utility of N is built on 3 strong pillars, and that's governance, in-app usage, and staking incentives. So this not only creates the best possible experience for participants in the NEWM ecosystem, but it also supports the evolution of the token over time, adding more utility to strengthen and decentralize the ecosystem. The total supply of tokens will be 9,735,033,900 on the Cardano blockchain. Nice round number, guys. But that's based on the total estimated world population for the year 2050. Now check out this image. As you can see, it details the distribution of the total token supply. And so I also want to quickly talk about the investment as well. So here's another image to check out. See, I've gone from pie chart to graph now. But as you can see, the investment rounds are strategically positioned to contribute to the long-term success of ProjectNEWM as a major player in the music industry. Governance. One of the main features of the N token is to give holders the ability to choose the direction in which the platform will develop. Each holder of N will have the ability to delegate to different representatives in the spirit of liquid democracy, or vote and submit referendum proposals in their own name through a DAO structure. So DAO stands for Decentralized Autonomous Organization. The ProjectNEWM team plans a DAO structure which will be independent within the next 4 to 5 years, with a feasible transition after the launch and stabilization of the first 3 NEWMiverse tenets. The structure of the DAO is under construction. Prior to launch, it remains essential that the core team maintain governance to drive the product delivery. However, the DAO will play an advisory role post core product launch, to ensure community engagement and harness collective wisdom, I guess. The goal of the ProjectNEWM is to take advantage of a governance structure with a reputation system, which can be obtained in 3 different areas: economy, technology, and community. With that, the team decided that the governance structure will not be based solely on the possession of N tokens, as this can lead to collusion, bribery, and other undesirable effects. Check out this image while I try and make sense of it. The goal is to build a meritocratic government with strong democratic oversight by end token holders. To achieve this, the governance of the NEWM project will have three councils, namely the community, the economic and the technical, as well as the judicial body and a general assembly. System of usage and levels in the application. All operations carried out on the platform between the individual parties are handled with the native token N or Cardano ADA. The level system is an unlock system over time. So each level will unlock various benefits for end users in addition to artists and labels if they want to benefit from all the features. So the customer can unlock different levels, from a monthly discount to special content from their favorite artists, or even early access to the sale of rights or other advantages. Musicians or record labels, for their part, can access more platform features by blocking ends, such as enabling ticket sales for physical events or the dissemination of their artists' promotional content to free subscription users, stuff like that. There will be support fund for independent artists, which will allow them to launch their first projects, buying the intellectual property rights of those songs and then selling these rights to the community, where a part of the income will go to the artist, another part will go to the fund's treasury, and another part will be distributed based on the delegation time of the NEWM stakers. All stakers in the support fund will also have voting rights to decide who will receive support from the fund. So let's break down the different levels in the platform, because there's security. Security audits are an important part of any decentralized system. ProjectNEWM has built-in security advisors and systematically audits all systems to ensure the security of user data. You have cloud server for scalability. So they will initially need to run a centralized hardware for scalability and mass adoption, such as mass streaming services on Amazon Web Services, until there are, robust options enough to handle large streaming loads. There's Cogmios library. Now, Cogmios is an open source, low-level communication layer in Cardano. Cogmios is a library created by ProjectNEWM, built on top of Ogmios to allow Kotlin code to communicate with Cardano. Their identification with Identify. Now, Identify was founded before AML, fraud and GDPR regulations were in place and pioneered a new era of identity verification. The company covers the user identity verification process in its entirety, combining biometric recognition based on AI recognition, guaranteeing that they are real users. Now, authentication. The platform will use OAuth for social login iteration for a seamless user experience. There's the smart contracts. The NFT fractionation smart contract will manage the intellectual property rights of a song in a decentralized way, locking the NFT in the smart contract. And lastly, there's security of funds. Now, all user tokens, whether N, ADA, or NFT royalty, will be held in user self-custody or multi-signature wallets. Now, as you know, we're big fans of self-custody over here, so that's good news. A revolutionary NFT-based ecosystem. So, these are the steps. So it starts with the artist, it's step 1. Each song's music IP rights are fractionalized into X amount of pieces, which is decided by the uploader at the time of meeting. So we end up with an NFT taking us to step 2. Musicians can sell as many pieces as they want to the audience. Well, basically investors and collectors. Then there's the audience for step 3, which is the audience can trade music IP rights on the secondary market. Streaming, distribution, royalty collection. So it starts with streaming at step 1. The distribution system sends the music to each major player, be it Apple Music, Spotify, or whatever. Then there's the royalties in step 2. So NEWM automatically collects all the royalties for the music minted and distributed from the platform within the payout cycle of the streaming platforms. Then there's distribution for step 3. the protocol handles the distribution of royalties based on ownership percentages. Then it ends up with artists and audience, taking us to step 4. So every NFT holder automatically receives the royalties according to the percentage of NFTs they hold. And that brings us to the end of the video. That's where we're going to end it there. So remember, the full article can be found online on the AdaPulse website. And it's worth checking out if you want to find out more about the future of the NEWM ecosystem and some of the future features that are coming. Learning more about their roadmap. They've blocked it into different music genres. You know, a bit like what Cardano did with Byron and Shelley. They've done it with jazz, rock, R&B, disco, and they end with the pop era. But you can also find a little bit more about the team on there as well. So do remember to click the like button, hit subscribe, and hit that bell button to get notified as soon as we have content available. And remember to leave a comment below. We'd love to hear what you guys are thinking, and it's good for our metrics if you do so. And do share far and wide. You know, we're an education platform, and we want to educate as many people as possible. And do remember, you can further support us by delegating your ADA to either Swag, Zod, or myself, ATM. And I'm Josh, your presenter for today, and that's it for now. Bye-bye.